Hello and welcome to another episode of Beerman's No Bull Beer Reviews. I'm sure many of you know what this beer is. I'm pretty excited to do a review of it because I haven't had any Treehouse in a really long time. And I usually get irked when people trade local beers, local hoppy beers for Treehouse when they live in cities that have brewers that, in my opinion, do as good, if not better, hoppy beer than Treehouse does. But I admittedly have not had any of their stuff in a long time, so I'm excited to give it a proper review and see if my thoughts change as far as if it's worth seeking out or not. I apologize. I'm just gonna. My glasses are a little foggy here. I'm gonna clean them off a little bit. Okay. And this is their flagship beer, basically. I think it's Citra and Mosaic, but I honestly don't remember. I'm sure some of you guys can probably correct me on that. But it says India Pale Ale, 6.8% ABV. And if you guys don't know, it says brewed in Massachusetts by Treehouse. So let's crack this open and see what we got. I will say, like, so many brewers now are just using those plain cans and slapping, like, a shrink wrap around it or the stickers, which, I mean, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but these guys are pumping out so much now. I mean, because they did that originally, too. They're pumping out so much now that these are actually legitimately made cans specifically for each brand. So, right there. As you can see, it's I mean, pretty standard for New England style IPA. It's a hazy, darker golden color with a pretty fluffy white head, I would say. And I think I poured it pretty normally, so I don't think there was anything odd about that. Let's see what we got in the nose. That does smell good. It's very, very pungent peach character. There's a little bit of resinous notes. A little bit of like citrus and orange rind too. But it's definitely more peachy and pineapple forward than anything else. But it actually smells pretty balanced. So, I would say peach is definitely the strongest like fruit character that I get. There, like I said, there is a little bit of like a resinous green hop character to it. The bitterness itself is pretty low. The beer, the bitterness is pretty low, but it's not overly sweet either. But it also does not finish like that. The taste lingers a little bit, which is nice. There's a little bit. I'm trying to think of how. Honestly, to me, that makes me think of is like it's like sticks, like some sort of woody, nutty character to it. I know that's a weird thing to say, but and as I drink it, the bitterness is growing a little bit too. So my thought on this is basically exactly what I thought it was before I drank this. Is it good? Yes. Is it very good? Yes. Is it better than, I don't know, the other top 20 IPA, New England style IPA brewers? No. Is it as good? Maybe as good as some of them. I've always thought the Trillium, if you're going to try to get beers from that region in general, I've always thought Trillium was better than these guys. And I still stick to that. I have had Trillium more recently than I've had Treehouse, and I think they're still killing it. Like if I was ever considering trading for hops, the two breweries that I would trade for is Trillium and Treehouse, and Brew Gentleman. But I don't really need to trade, even though I don't live there anymore. I have plenty of friends that'll just send it to me for cost. So, I mean, on the scale itself, this is absolutely a buy. It's still pretty good. But the question is, should you go out of if you get pretty good New England IPAs in your area, should you go out of your way to get this? Answer is no. Unless you have a shit ton of money to throw in shipping, and you don't care that you're wasting money on shipping for getting a product that isn't any better than what you're sending to somebody else, this is not worth getting. That's just my own opinion on it. But if you're in the area, certainly go there and pick some up. But again, I mean, is it even worth sitting in line at Treehouse when you can go up to Trillium and not even sit in line and just get something that's just as good, if not better? So that's just my own opinion. Some people think Treehouse is still better than everyone else. You know, everyone has their own palate and their own opinion. But, you know, if you haven't had these guys, but you've had other local stuff that you really like, this probably isn't any better. Might be slightly better, but in my opinion, it's not worth trading for. You know, really, to me, the styles that are truly differentiating, that are worth trading for, that not a lot of people have access to locally, are like barrel-aged imperial stouts and like wild ales, because those vary drastically. But there's so many breweries that are doing pretty good hoppy beers now that I just don't think it's really worth trading for stuff. I know you say, well, how the hell did I get this? Because I don't live in Massachusetts or anywhere close. I actually did a larger trade that was for other things, and you just happened to throw some hoppy stuff in. So I wasn't trading specifically for Treehouse, but I am glad I got it to do this review for this channel. And just, it's one of those things, like, you have something and you think it's great or not great, and then you have so many other things for a long period of time that you compare it to, and you realize, like, how can I really compare it to that? It's been so long since I drank it. So now I'm really glad to revisit it again, to see what I think versus all the things I've had recently down here. And honestly, it's not, Resident Culture is better, High Branch is better. I'm just saying, based on this beer, I've had better beers from those breweries than this beer right here. It's not saying overall that they're better. I probably think they are, but just based on other things I've had recently from those two guys versus this beer, they're better. So, yeah. That's my thoughts on this one, but I'm still going to drink it because it's still really tasty. Just not worth the hype. So, I actually have 2 more Treehouse beers I look forward to doing ratings on. Maybe the others will be a little bit better and more mind-blowing. Probably not, but we'll see. Anyways, I had fun doing this one. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think. And I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.